Comedy legend Eddie Murphy has left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry, captivating audiences for over 4 decades. His time in the limelight has been a roller coaster of triumphs and tribulations. From dominating the box office with blockbuster hits to enduring the sting of Hollywood failures, Murphy's career has been a mix of highs and lows. Along the way, he's also faced personal and professional setbacks, including some deeply tragic moments. Racism, the pain of losing loved ones, and even a harrowing on-set accident have all been part of his journey. Yet, despite these challenges, Murphy has persevered, driven by a dream he nurtured from a young age. When I was around 13, 14 years old, I started saying I was gonna be famous, Murphy revealed to Extra TV. It was more magical when I was a boy. I still believed in magic. And as you get old, it's like, ain't no magic. Murphy's childhood was profoundly affected by the murder of his biological father, Charles Edward Murphy, when Eddie was just 8 years old. His father was tragically stabbed by an unidentified woman in what was believed to be a crime of passion. I never got all the logistics, Murphy told Rolling Stone in 1989. It was supposed to be one of those crimes of passion, if I can't have you, then no one else will, kind of deal. It was really traumatic. Before his death, Charles Murphy, who harbored dreams of becoming an entertainer himself, had already divorced Eddie's mother, Lillian, when Eddie was just 3 years old. The shadow of this early tragedy has loomed over Murphy's life and career, with the comedian often drawing on his childhood experiences in his work, sometimes to great effect, and other times with poignant undertones. I have very dim memories, he continued in his Rolling Stone interview. Every now and then, I wonder what it would be like if my father was still here. After the death of his biological father, Eddie Murphy and his family faced even more hardships. During a particularly difficult period, Eddie and his older brother, Charlie Murphy, who would also go on to become a comedian, were placed in foster care while their mother, Lillian, was hospitalized with a severe illness. Their time with the caretaker, whom Murphy later described as a kind of black Nazi, was tumultuous and left a lasting impact on him. Ironically, these difficult experiences would go on to fuel his future career in comedy. One day, she gave us pig's tails for dinner, and when I told my grandmother we were being fed snakes, the woman grabbed Charles and whipped him, Murphy recounted in a 1983 interview with Time magazine. Those were bad days. Staying with her was probably the reason I became a comedian. Despite being separated from their mother and enduring various other challenges during their youth, Lillian Lynch, née Murphy, recalled Eddie as a deeply lovable child. He was such a lovable kid, she shared with Time magazine. He'd sit on your lap until you moved him. Your leg would fall asleep, and he'd still be sitting there. As Eddie Murphy ascended to fame, securing a coveted spot on Saturday Night Live in 1980, he was just 19 years old and already confronting the harsh realities of racism within the entertainment industry. Despite his undeniable talent, Murphy faced relentless discrimination as he climbed the ranks of the comedy world. Back in the old days, they used to be relentless on me, and a lot of it was racist stuff, Murphy recalled in a 2024 interview with the New York Times. This business, it's not set up for a black artist. Following his groundbreaking stint on SNL, Murphy's career skyrocketed with the release of major blockbuster films like 48 Hours and Beverly Hills Cop. These films not only brought him immense wealth but also solidified his status as a leading man in Hollywood, a rare feat for a black actor at the time. However, this success also made him a target within the industry. The black artist as a leading man in a big movie that's watched all around the world. It was like, I'm doing this stuff that no one's ever done, and it's in a business that's not set up for me, Murphy shared with the New York Times. Despite his meteoric rise, Murphy was often pressured to conform to stereotypical roles and exaggerated versions of himself to satisfy Hollywood's demands. He frequently encountered scripts and dialogue that sought to pigeonhole him into caricature-like portrayals. Producers would come to you with this stuff, dialogue like, hey, jive turkey, or like, you can play this irate black man, Murphy once revealed to People. I'm going, hey, you have a script? No, that's it. This pressure to conform to outdated and offensive stereotypes was a constant challenge for Murphy, even as he continued to break barriers and redefine what it meant to be a black artist in Hollywood. Through it all, Murphy remained determined to carve out his own path, refusing to be limited by the industry's narrow expectations. The racism Eddie Murphy faced wasn't limited to the broader entertainment industry, it also came from those he considered close colleagues. In 1995, during a live broadcast of Saturday Night Live, fellow cast member David Spade took a jab at Murphy, whose projects at the time weren't enjoying the same level of popularity as before. Spade quipped, "Look children, it's a falling star. Make a wish." Murphy was deeply hurt by the comment, especially since it came from someone within the SNL family. It was like, "Yo, it's in-house. I'm one of the family, and you're ********ing with me like that?" It hurt my feelings, Murphy revealed in an interview with the New York Times. The cheap shot, as he called it, was a significant factor in his decision to distance himself from SNL for nearly 3 decades. It also contributed to his stepping back from the spotlight for a time. However, over the years, Murphy and the SNL team, including Spade and show creator Lorne Michaels, were able to mend their relationships. In the long run, it's all good, worked out great. I'm cool with David Spade, I'm cool with Lorne Michaels. I went back to SNL, Murphy shared with the outlet. It's all love. But I had a couple of cheap shots. During the mid-1990s, Eddie Murphy's career hit a rough patch, but in 1997, he found himself in the spotlight for a far more scandalous reason. The actor made headlines when his car was pulled over in Hollywood with a passenger, 20-year-old Addison Shalimar Sully, who was later arrested for prostitution. The story quickly became even more sensational when it was revealed that Shalimar identified as transgender. While Murphy was not arrested during the incident, he did provide his version of events to both the police and the media. According to CNN, Murphy explained that he was feeling restless late one night and decided to go for a drive. He claimed to have stopped to help someone he believed was having a problem on the side of the road. "I did nothing wrong," Murphy insisted through his spokesperson, adding, "I was trying to be a good Samaritan, and this is what happens." However, other accounts cast doubt on Murphy's Good Samaritan explanation, suggesting there might have been more to the story. In the days following the incident, the press swarmed both Murphy and Sully. Sully spoke publicly only once, telling the National Enquirer, "It's unfair I went to jail while Eddie Murphy walked away scot-free," as reported by Utopia Washington. Murphy responded by suing the Enquirer and other outlets for libel, eventually settling out of court. Tragically, less than a year later, Sully was found dead on the streets of Hollywood under mysterious circumstances. The official ruling was an accidental death, but many people, particularly on social media, were suspicious. Some even went so far as to speculate that Murphy might have been involved, though no evidence ever surfaced to support these theories. Eddie Murphy comes from a large, entertainment-focused family, and among them was his beloved brother, Charlie Murphy, who sadly passed away from leukemia in 2017 at the age of 57. "Charlie filled our family with love and laughter, and there won't be a day that goes by that his presence will not be missed," the Murphy family shared in a heartfelt statement at the time, as reported by The Hollywood Reporter. Over the years, Charlie made several appearances in Eddie's films, including roles in Harlem Nights and Norbit. However, Charlie also carved out his own niche in the entertainment industry, most notably as a standout performer on Chappelle's Show. He became particularly famous for his role in the show's True Hollywood Stories sketch, where he hilariously recounted his wild encounters with funk legend Rick James. Despite their individual successes, the brothers remained close, with Charlie expressing nothing but pride for Eddie's achievements. "I can't tell you how proud I am of my brother," Charlie once shared during an appearance on The Howard Stern Show. "There's nothing bitter about it. The first time I saw my brother perform on stage, the feeling that he gave me, I can still feel that feeling right now." Even as their careers took different paths, the bond between the Murphy brothers remained unshakable.